14-Day Carnivore Challenge. I'm the author, Jason Atkinson. Day 2, The Great Reset. Today is the first day of a new week, and it's when I usually reset my metabolism back to fat burning and muscle building or preservation mode after the weekend. Yes, this challenge is about adopting an animal-based, low-carb, aka carnivore lifestyle, but today I want to discuss another ancestral health principle that I use, known as intermittent fasting. If you're not familiar with the concept, it simply means not eating for part of the day, effectively extending your overnight fast. Fasting is one of the oldest and most popular health practices. Every culture and religion has practiced times of restrictive food intake throughout history. For most of our time as a species on this planet, food was not always as abundant as it is now. Therefore, we developed the ability to store excess food, primarily in the form of adipose tissue or body fat, to have an energy source available when no food is around. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors may have sometimes gone without food for several days while attempting to hunt or gather something edible. In the modern world, we've been conditioned, mostly through commercial advertising and cultural traditions, to eat frequently, usually as a response to the sensation of hunger, which is actually a combination of low blood sugar and a spike in the hormone ghrelin that subsides quickly if we don't respond. Ghrelin's job is to remind us to eat to protect those precious fat stores and prevent starvation. Most of us are carrying around enough stored energy in the form of fat to walk hundreds of miles or to go several days without eating specifically for energy. I'm not a fan of extended fasting, but intermittent fasting is a little different. We've already fasting 8 to 12 hours straight most days anyway, which is why we don't starve to death in our sleep. If we don't interrupt the overnight fast with a significant intake of dietary energy, calories, especially from carbohydrate, we will continue to burn fat throughout the day. The key with intermittent fasting is to do it, but don't overdo it. It works best when it's the exception, not the rule. It works so well, it's tempting to do it practically every day, and therein lies the danger. When I first began employing this strategy, I went straight to a 20-hour fast, which left me with only 1 or 2 meals at the end of the day to try to meet my nutrient goal. Even though it's relatively painless and you will be bouncing off the walls with energy, especially if you're also restricting carbohydrates, don't fall into the trap of doing it every day. In the short term, you will simply produce ketones and experience no drop in energy. However, when a food shortage becomes severe and prolonged, your body enacts measures designed to keep you alive, including catabolizing muscle tissue and making you feel sluggish to slow you down and prevent the drain on internal energy stores. To institute an intermittent fast, just extend your regular 8 to 12 hour overnight fast by an additional 8 to 12 waking hours, and be sure to follow it up with a good amount of protein and other vital nutrients. This is another case where prioritizing animal-based foods can help. Also, you can modify your intermittent fast to incorporate a very small calorie value from either protein and or fat without truly interrupting the fasted state. I wouldn't consume any amount of sugar or carbohydrates since this will interrupt the fast. Unless you're trying to maximize autophagy or cellular cleanup, you could consume a very small amount of protein or fat, perhaps added to coffee or tea, or maybe even a little broth. I'm sure you have questions about this, and I'm all ears. You can contact me during this challenge or anytime by visiting reshapehealthandfitness.com. Remember, this is not medical advice, and I'm not a medical professional, just a guy who lost a bunch of weight who can help you do the same thing if that's what you want. While you're checking out my podcast, videos, articles, and social media posts, schedule a free consultation by phone or video chat, or sign up for a free trial on my new mobile app, and I'll help you get to the bottom of your health and fitness struggles once and for all. Again, that's reshapehealthandfitness.com.